Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Bigg World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for. And now that we're monetized, please don't skip the ads. Thank you. So it's my first day in Saigon, in Ho Chi Minh City. Haven't been here for probably 13, 14 years, so it's great to be back in the city. I love this city. I love wandering around this place. It's very hectic, but it's a great spot. Come on, what are you doing?
I'm
Relaxing? What? Who do you work for? Who's this? Who do you work? Who do you work for? What is this place? What is this place? What is this place? What do you do? Okay, no worries. But you look very cool in your blue shirts and black trousers. You look great. Nice to meet you. Take care. Bye bye. So having landed in Saigon after midnight and cleared the arrivals hall, I needed to locate an ATM to get out some Vietnamese dong. I'd done my research online and was informed that they were just outside the arrivals exit, and they were, and there was an HSBC ATM as well, yay! Which, used with my UK Starling bank account, doesn't charge for ATM withdrawals overseas. I was, however, worried that trying to take money out of a cash point in a different country, my card might be swallowed up. Gone are the days when you used to have to inform your bank that you are going abroad. But I was still worried, just in case. But all was okay, and the ATM dispensed Vietnamese dong at 28,000 dong to the pound. And I was now a Vietnamese millionaire. My next task was getting a reputable taxi to take me to my hotel in District 1, which I'd booked online. I headed for the guys in official cars and uniforms, although a couple of other Vietnamese guys tried to intercept me and guide me towards their vehicles. Meter, I insisted when I got into the car, with the Vietnamese driver mimicking me as we started our journey to my hotel. It wasn't that far away, probably around 2-3 kilometers, and I followed the route on Google Maps, making sure he wasn't taking me on a twilight tour of Saigon. And arriving at the hotel, there was a guy on duty who was awake. It turned out to be an Oyo hotel, and it was fine. Cost me 485,000 dong, which is £17 or $21. It was alright for my first night, but lacked daylight. Well, it had a window, but the window was high up, and the internet wasn't great. Having researched hotels in Saigon extensively online, I'd start working my way through the hotels from the lowest price upwards, not wanting a hostel or dormitory or sharing with any dirty backpackers, and found that a number of rooms in Saigon, even at 400,000 dong, didn't have a window in this overcrowded city. Oyo had been the first hotel in District 1 I arrived at with decent reviews. District 1 is a touristy area where the majority of nightlife and attractions are. It's also where the noisy bars are at Bui Vien Walking Street. Reading reviews suggested that staying in that area is not conducive to sleep before 2 AM. So I figured if I found a place nearby on the other side of the park that I'd be okay. Pretty soon after I got up, having not arrived at the hotel until around 2 AM, I went walkabout to check a couple of other places I'd earmarked nearby for that evening. The first place I visited had a balcony, my favourite. It was 465,000 dong. At first, the Vietnamese guy running the place said I could book it directly with him for 440,000 rather than booking online. Then he changed his mind. Said the person currently in the room had asked for a late checkout, so I couldn't move in until 4 p.m. So I spent the day moving my bags and generally hanging around the area until I could check in later at 4 p.m. British telephone boxes from the UK, lovely. This is obviously the place to go for banh mi. Lots of foreigners around. Sitting on the street in Saigon, a banh mi store. Banh mi. It's a banh mi store, which is a roll filled with lots of goodies. So I've got chicken with teriyaki sauce. Chicken with teriyaki sauce I've got for 30,000 Vietnamese dong to the pound, I calculate. And this is this banh. Thank you very much. This banh mi with an iced coffee. This was 35 Vietnamese dong, and this iced coffee was 20,000 Vietnamese dong. It's not a bad deal. So I love Vietnamese street life. There's just so much life going on the street. It's just so hectic. And very bizarrely, when I came from the airport at 1 o'clock in the morning, the area is completely dead, completely closed off. There's nothing on the streets. It's very, very quiet at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then from 6 o'clock in the morning, it becomes very crazy, it becomes very busy, and people set up their stalls on the street, people set up their businesses on the street, and there is just so much life going on. I could spend a long time here, but we are only allowed 30-day visa, unfortunately, so I have to cram in as much as I can within 30 days. I'm not going to stay all that time in Ho Chi Minh. I'm going to float around, go to Da Nang, which I've been to a few times before, which is a lovely place by the sea. But we shall see how long I stay in Ho Chi Minh. Tasai Dining and Lounge Japanese restaurant. I was just intrigued by what this building is. It looks quite fascinating. Beautiful lady. Hello. How are you? You're in the sun. The famous market. I was trying to think when the last time it was I was here. I think it must have been 2009. So all this has been totally knocked down in the last 14 years. It's obviously much more built up. A bit more construction going on here, dereliction. And then up to the posh hotels, the Sheraton, Carabel, the Nexus. Is that going up or coming down? The Nexus is being built, I think. Can't be too sure. An interesting street with the Running Bean Cafe at the top, and then there's some nice places along here, nice bars along here, and look at this building here. What a lovely building. Looks like it's all gone to rack and ruin. Fascinating. It's fascinating though. I love old buildings. I love old buildings that have gone derelict. Little stalls on the side of the streets. Got a little cooker. banh mi for the gentleman in his taxi. There we go. He's got his lunch.
Hey,
Hello.
lấy ra 2.000 luôn nha Liễu.
Yo 100 रुपया पर आप इंडियन करेंसी चलो पति को जमा रहे ना जो कर लीजिए
Guy's got a tyre pressure canister for pumping up tyres. It's amazing what goes on. People setting up on street corners, running their own little empires, trying to make a buck. It's great. Don't miss out on quality broadcasting. Please like, share and subscribe to Big World Cinema. Thank you. Boy, is Saigon busy. Not just with Vietnamese. Walking the streets there were hundreds of foreigners. You know how Asians don't walk during the day? They scooter around heavily camouflaged, but don't walk in the sunshine. So there were more tourists walking around than locals. Travelling in the Philippines, I hardly saw any other foreigners travelling on the buses. Yeah, some at the ports catching ferries, but not travelling between cities on buses. And certainly not many tourists travelling in the cities that I went to anyway. On my first morning I went to the Viettel Shop to buy a Vietnamese SIM card. I was offered two plans, either 4 gig or 6 gig a day for 30 days. With the 4 gig a day costing 170,000 dong and the 6 gig a day costing 200,000 Vietnamese dong. So I paid 170,000 Vietnamese dong. That's £6 British, or just over $7 for 30 days of data, which is quite an incredible deal. It's at least double that with Globe or Smart deals in the Philippines. Discussing with a young Dutch female backpacker in the Viettel Shop about how touristy Saigon is, she said that you really need to want to go to the Philippines as it's out of the way, as opposed to going to Vietnam where the majority of backpackers will also bounce between Cambodia, Laos and Thailand. It was my third time in Saigon. I'd first visited Vietnam in 2004, then again in 2009. Both trips when I too was bouncing between the neighbouring Asian countries. So I haven't visited Saigon for 14 years. It was crowded with too much traffic then. Looks like the amount of vehicles on the road has increased by 1,000%. You need to walk confidently into the melee and have the motorbikes glide around you in an artistic dance, hoping that the driver is concentrating on the road and not on their mobile phone. I love the energy of Vietnam. There's so much life on the streets. A large coffee culture here with a coffee shop on every street corner. Like how the UK used to be, but with a pub on every street corner. Not so much now, as they're all closing down. But Saigon is great for sitting and people watching, something I found lacking in the Philippines. There's a Bo's Coffee at Fuente Circle in Cebu City where I'd like to sit. But apart from that, not a lot on offer. But in Saigon, places to sit are in abundance, apart from providing you with those pathetic stalls which are ridiculous to sit on. On my first day I crouched down to sit on one and fell arse over tit, which was a tad embarrassing. At least it made my presence noticed. You're just another tourist here. Unlike in the Philippines, Vietnamese people aren't really interested in engaging with you. But I put that down to their lack of English. Even hotel staff who are in contact with tourists every day have limited use of English. It's great how all the Vietnamese hotels come combs, toothbrush, razor, soap, shower gel. You don't always get all that with plenty of towels. You don't always get that with Filipino hotels. Vietnamese hotels are always to a high standard, no matter what money you pay. This is 15 quid. Plug sockets, lovely bed, lovely furniture. Look at this solid wood furniture. This is so different to Filipino hotels at the same price. The quality of the hotels is top notch. Great standard. The problem is I'm not going to find many Vietnamese hotels in Saigon with a balcony at this price. Look at this lovely balcony on this lovely street. Here at BWC, we are a sharing community. So could you kindly keep Uncle content by sharing this video with your friends? Thank you. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
Về đêm trắng thật yên tĩnh, những món ăn ngon là có tim phải run run phút đẹp cùng nhịp trên con hình, đi đâu cũng được vẫn tiếp thật nhiệt tình, ai ai trong đó cũng nói khơi sức. Hồ Chí Minh City, Hồ Chí Minh.
Hello. Hello, hello. If you liked the video, please could you like, share and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Take care everyone.